Hello everyone, Desert Gold. As you can imagine, the people over at Armordillo weren't too happy about my evaluation of their holster, the minimalist holster, and in fact had some comments based on it. I made the mistake of trying to respond to one of those comments while I was at work in the middle of my shift on an iPhone, and obviously I wasn't able to really address the issue properly, so that's why I'm putting this video response together. Anyway, the fact is that those lovely guys at Armordillo decided to fixate on one aspect of my video, and that was the fact that I had the wrong Streamlight light on. And in my first response to that at work, I forgot that I had the TLR 2S on there because I had the TLR 1 on my 6.8 and hadn't switched them yet. They stated in their response that had I used the proper light, I guess there's only two current lights, one from X-Fer and one from Streamlight, that is applicable to this holster. I had to dig this out of the trash. I hope you guys are aware of that. But anyway, I did think of another use for it, and I'll get to that later. Anyway, they were saying that because I used the wrong light, that was the reason and the crux of all of my issues and problems. And they actually had the temerity not to address any of the other issues. The fact that they charged me double what the post office was asking for shipping. The fact that they just took their sweet time to ship it to me and use their 3 to 5 day disclaimer on shipping as a justification for that. This company uses justifications and reasons for what they do to sell their product, and that, I guess, is why I'm really frustrated with this. So let's get down to it. They said I used the wrong light. To their credit, they were absolutely right. If you look at about, I think, the 14-minute mark, I had the TLR 2S on there, and yes, I guess this is not applicable to the one of only two lights that this holster will work with. I'd like to address one other issue, and I brought it up in my original video. This is not the best Kydex you're ever going to see. Okay, and I'm going to show you something. I'm used to dealing with Kydex holsters that, get this in light so that you can, look at that. I have trouble. I can't open that. Let me get this back. Sorry. I cannot open that any further than that. I squeeze as hard as I can, and I can't. Another Kydex holster, same thing, right? Can't open it, right? Their Kydex, let's try theirs. You see, I think I have that closed just about all the way. I could open this up. Look at that. If I had the ability to let you look at, I mean, check this out. I could really just kind of like. Now they were saying this. A clam says what? A clam says what? Ah, shush. Okay. So, they were right. I had the TLR 2S. Apparently, the laser on the bottom of this sets their little holster all up in arms. Ah, no pun intended. Okay, let's get back to that, the original and only point that they focused on in my video was the fact that I had the wrong light on. So let's get the prom queen that only likes 2 lights in the entire spectrum of tactical lights. We shall put it on, and I want to make it a matter of record. This is a TLR 1, okay? Put on as per instructions, right? Granted, it does go on, and yes, it is harder to get to the trigger. All right? Gun is not loaded. All right? Oh, yeah, but you still can get to it. Oh, and by the way, it didn't really fix it. Did it? Really? Come on, guys, really? You have substandard clam kydex here, and you're going to blame my Streamlight that I used? Huh? Come on. Ridiculous. On top of everything, you didn't address any of the other issues I mentioned. Why you're double charging people for postage. How you mentioned in the response that this is per your website and in the waistband holster. And I acknowledged that in my video. I said the only way this holster is going to have support is inside the waistband. You might want to watch the video again. I did state that. Because there's no way this functions as outside the waistband. It's not possible. So why are you even trying to sell this thing as a mount that you could have a suppressor on? You didn't answer that in my response either. And in my video I kind of demonstrate how ridiculous that is. So, I mean, if you want to sell the product, that's fine. I'm not here to pee on your parade in any way. But the fact of the matter is, you know, be honest with the public. Or not. And I got taken. You guys took extra money on shipping. I believed what you stated in your you know, you can do this all day long. Yeah, TLR1. What else you got going? What else are you going to use to justify your point? Piece of junk. Okay, so we've re-answered all of the original statements I made about the X-Fer holster. Didn't come up with any new or relevant earth-shattering revelations about the holster. It still is as I originally maintained, or as the name implies, a minimalist holster at best. So I thought, well, there's got to be a use for this. Because obviously I would never use it as a holster. I mean, if I'm going to have to wear something inside the waistband, I'll use something like I said, the Crossbreed Super Tuck, or a real Kydex holster. So what could we possibly use? I mean, I've spent the money for this. I've dug it out of the trash again. What can I use? Hey, I just thought of it. Now, while it doesn't pertain to, say, weapons and carrying weapons, it is in the sporting field. How about the X-Fer tampon holder? Think about it. You're out camping, starts to get cold and damp, and rain comes in, you need to start a fire. Backpackers have been using these as fire starters for a long time. Just like, man, you can hang it on your holster and, you know, hang it on your belt, I mean, and there you go. That's about the only thing I can think of where it would serve its purpose. Other than that, you guys are free to make your own decision. I've made mine. These are my views. I feel that this holster, for its intended purpose, barely meets the stated goals of the manufacturer. It is completely impractical as a inside the waistband holster for a suppressed weapon, even though they tout that as one of their advantages. I don't see how that's possible. And outside the waistband definitely doesn't work. So if you feel like you want to spend double what you actually should for shipping, receive less than average customer service on top of it, and get a product that, in my opinion, is questionable at best, go ahead. As I said in my post, it's a lesson learned for me. Desert Gold out.